Oh, hold on. Am I audible now? Do you guys hear me now? Am I audible now? Am I of hearing level? Do you hear me with your ears? And do I sound normal? There we go. Yeah, I don't know what happened. Cause like I was looking at my inputs, like yeah, everything's plugged in, and I like made sure it was plugged into the computer, and it's like yeah, everything's plugged in. I don't know what happened. Very strange and unusual. Very strange and unusual. Good volume too. Okay, yeah, everything's normal. Very strange and unusual. You aren't exactly that normal of an egg. What? Are you telling me I'm an abnormal egg? You telling me I'm abnormal? I'm abnormal? I'm unusual? A bit of an unusual egg. Strange egg. Hold on, I'm gonna adjust my camera so I look less strange. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I look normal now. I look normal now. I'm normal now. Yay! Let me get some, normal music. Let's get some normal music. Not normal advertisements. Normal music. Nah. There we go. That's an appropriate volume for normal music, I think. I'd imagine so. Well, I'm gonna turn up on my end. Is my computer doing nonsense again? I think my computer's doing nonsense. It's like really laggy today. Maybe that's why my mic was like not functioning. Like I don't know why I'm moving at like 2 seconds per frame. This is very unusual. It was working normal when I was setting it up. I promise that when I set things up, I think my computer waits until I go live. It's like, oh, she pressed the button. She pressed the button, so now everything is going to stop working. Every single thing. I'm sure I'll balance out eventually. I'm sure I'm gonna pull up Task Manager and they're like, yeah, we're running some random thing in the background that's slowing down your entire computer. The entire computer. OBS eating your memory? It's not even like... I mean, again, I'm not doing anything that I don't usually do. I'm gonna open up the I want to speak to the Task Manager. I want to speak to the Task Manager. I don't know why I'm a slideshow right now. I'm like, they cut my budget. They cut my budget, and I'm being animated at like I'm being animated on the 2s instead of on the 1s. I don't know what's going on. Let's see. I want to speak to the Task Manager. I wish to complain to the Task Manager. Who's in charge here? I don't want to speak to this task low-level employee. I only want to speak to the Task Manager. Take me to the Task CEO. Take me to the CEO of Tasks. So that he may impart his knowledge about what's going on. Currently, it seems that, according to Task Manager, 100% of my CPU is being taken up by system interrupts. I don't know why. I think that's just what it shows until it's, like, properly loaded in. Usually it doesn't take this long to load in. Why is Task Manager crashing on me? Okay. Okay, let's see. No, okay, it looks like things are normal now. There's nothing that's, like, not usually going. Maybe a driver issue? No, things are normal now. Things are normal now, I think. I don't know, sometimes I boot up my PC and they're like, Windows security features is taking up 50% of your CPU for a few minutes and then it goes away. Sometimes it does that. It's very strange. Yeah, system interrupts can be a few things. Well, usually for me, I find system interrupts is just what it shows, when I boot it up. Like, or not when I boot it up, but like, if I open up Task Manager, system interrupts is basically what it shows while it's still like processing exactly what is going towards what task. Sometimes Windows likes to update, sometimes it likes to do virus scans. Yeah, virus scans are the ones that always get me. I'm like, why is nothing functioning? And then Windows is like, haha, surprise. Scanning for viruses. Egg Manager. Egg Manager. Speaking to the Task Manager. But yes, good evening, Daedric. And good evening, Panis. And good evening, A Light Snack. And good evening, Tag Barrel Storage. And good evening, Pembu. And good evening, Hickory. I'll drink some water. Hold on. And good evening, Uphill. And good evening, Desitroya. And good evening, Rotting Pastry. And good evening, Not John Stamos. And good evening, Expondric. And good evening, Zully. And good evening, Yatagarasu. And good evening, Hickory and Taishi on YouTube. Good evening. I am like 5 minutes into actually talking on stream, and I am already at the end of my wits. We're just out of wits. I too am here. Oh, hello, Jake. No, I said, did I miss you? Oh, I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I too am here. You are here. Welcome. Yeah, I'm already at my wit's end. I'm at the end of the wits. It's gone. It's the end. It's done. I have no more wits. There are no more wits. I'm crippled, she's forgotten me. You know what? When you posted... So for context, Jake has broken his elbow. That's all the context you need. He posted about it in Discord today, and I wanted to... Do you guys remember that one Vine where the guy's like, I'm gonna go out and say it. I don't care that you broke your elbow. I wanted to post that, but then I realized if you don't get the context, it's just going to sound like incredibly callous and rude, so I didn't. But I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about it like the whole time. I do care that you broke your elbow. Trust me, I do care that you broke your elbow. But I don't know why. Broke my elbow, it just like, that's what my brain fills in the blanks with. Totally should have went for it. The thing is, that's like a really risky one to go for though, right? Because there's some Vine references where like, if you say it and like the person doesn't get it, then like you'll look kind of foolish, but like it's not gonna like end a relationship, right? Like no one's gonna stop being friends over like a joke that fell flat. But like, I don't know, that I feel like that's like a really risky one. I'd be gambling with that. I was baiting people for that when no one bit because I'm not confident enough. Maybe I just lack the confidence. Explain the joke is the best part. No, it's not, because then you go, it's a Vine. It's a Vine from 10 years ago. Then you look like a fool. And you look like a fool. I feel like I got missed too, but I'm not about to go back and check. I said Pembu. I remember saying it. I remember scrolling through and checking to make sure that I didn't say it twice. I don't think anyone could take that seriously coming from you, though. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna assume. I'm not gonna assume. Good evening, Romeo. Ooh. And also good evening, Linkstorm on YouTube. Yeah, because like, I don't know. I've referenced Vines before that the other person did not get, and then I just look like a fool. I just look like a fool. Like, where do you want to get a heal these snack Rebecca's? Like, in my vocabulary. But if I've pulled that one out in front of people and they're like, I'm sorry, what? Road work ahead? Yeah, I sure hope it does. It's timeless and universal. True. Well, yeah, road work ahead I think is well known. There was once, I think there was like one that... Oh, this is a situation where I think I look like a fool. There was that one that was like this one guy who's like, I'm gonna slip on a banana peel to see if it's as slippery as it is in cartoons, and then he just goes and goes, whoa! That one I remember, and I tried to reference it once, and I look like a fool. I look like a fool. I still say shooketh. What are some of the other ones that There's some that are in my vocab. Oh, there was one that was like... It was like somebody coming in with like a bouquet of flowers. It was like something like happy first. It was like the implied thing was anniversary. But it was like happy. It was like happy. Oh, it was happy 1 year. Happy 1 year, Jeremy. And it's like, I'm 27. Or maybe it was 26. I just, oh god, no. Merry Crisis. Merry Chrysler. Merry Christmas. It's Christmas. Merry Crisis. Merry Chrysler. I don't know. It's one of those things too where sometimes I think, I'm like, you know, because Vine is gone and the only parts that we have of it are the ones that were backed up, sometimes I think about, you could just make something up, right? Like, you could just make something up and tell somebody it was a Vine. And then you can go try and pretend to go and search it up and be like, I can't find it. Nobody re-uploaded it, but I promise it existed. And like, they just have to take your word for it. I do that. I love you, bitch. I ain't never gonna stop loving you. Yeah. Oh, no, what's the other one? Oh, there's a bee? Oh, that's the other one that I think... That one's permanently implanted in my vocabulary. Like, I'm Michael. I've been... Michael with a B. I've been afraid of insects my whole life. Wait, there's a bee? Where's the bee? There's a bee? Oh, there's a bee? I'm gonna munch, I'm gonna crunch, I think is also indirectly made its way into my vocabulary. I do say munch and crunch. I do say, you've probably heard me say munch and crunch. I'm gonna munch. I'm gonna crunch. I was looking for a random video game related interview and had to find it on Wayback Machine. Was it like the whole site went down, or was it just like the site delisted or like took down that one? Because I know there's like sometimes when you have to find things on Wayback Machine, sometimes it's like the site still exists, but they took down that specific page. But then other times it's like, nope, the whole website gone. It's gone. I don't know, I think the site changed. Oh, yeah. I don't know, I'm trying to remember the last time I had to use Wayback Machine. I'm trying to remember, because I remember I had to use it a while back, but I don't remember what I was actually looking for. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what I was looking for. It's been a while since I've had to use it. Had to use it way back. Yeah. Way back. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. You better watch out. I don't know. I'm like, this is gonna become old person humor. Like, this is already, like, Vines are already outdated humor to everyone younger than me. Sorry, we're gonna check another one for the passage of time. Check that one off your bingo card. It's like, oh no, is this outdated humor? It probably is. It is. It was an interview with the Senran Kagura producer, and I was looking for this one specific bit. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? You were hunting for that specific screenshot? This is the screenshot you were hunting for? Yeah. Oh yeah. Steam... I want to say, I was gonna like talk about Steam Next Fest, but then I was like, I still haven't gone, like, I downloaded a bunch of demos last time there was a Steam Next Fest, and I didn't play most of them. I'm still on Steam Last Fest. They can't be on Steam Next Fest already. I'm still on Steam Last Fest. Let's see. Do they have anything interesting? I usually only look, I literally only look in the visual novel category. I guess maybe I should expand into story heavy or something as well. Not on Next Fest, but if you want a Mahjong game, Hellwait has a demo out. I'm gonna give it a whirl soon. Is it not in Next Fest? Yeah. Let's see. Most of these are not visual novels. Why are you tagged as such? Yeah, a lot of these are not. Why are you? Are people misusing the tags? Are people doing the thing where they just like make everything that's even like slightly story heavy? They're like, it's a visual novel now. It's a visual novel now. Let's see. You look interesting. Are you in English? Because this is important for me. For a visual novel. Like, I guess I could try reading a visual novel in Japanese someday. But I don't know how to read Chinese. I cannot read or speak Chinese. So if that's what it is, then that will be a problem. That will be a problem for me. Yeah. Today someone on Blue Sky showed me a 10-year-old interview where someone described the PS4 controllers. It felt like first time I touched a girl's breast and I'm hunting down another bit of internet lost to time. This isn't the... Which was this bit of the first Japanese Nintendo Switch Direct. Ah, okay. Sorry, I'm distracted. I'm like looking at Steam Next Best. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I just need to like wait like 2 days. I'll wait like 2 days for everybody I know who's like really into visual novels to actually like talk about which ones they like. And then I'll figure out from there. Because yeah, I still have the demos from last fest. Like, I still haven't finished those. Some of those, honestly, I have Steam Next Fest demos on my computer that have been there for so long that, like, the full game has come out. The full game came out within the time it's taken me to play it, and I still haven't touched it. I think there's one demo I have that got, like, delisted from Steam in the time that it took me to get around to it. I don't know, I'm slow at this. I don't know. Would you guys, I don't know. What if I was someday, what if I just took like a week off? I just took a week off from streaming. Like I wouldn't stream, but then like every time I don't stream, I have to like play a demo of a game, and then I have to like give a book report on it. Only for a vlog post. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have to do like a book report. I have to give like a review of my thoughts. Ooh, okay, hold on. There was this one. Have they put the updated one? There was one game, lovebite.exe. This was like an otome game about VTubers. This one I played the demo for it like a while back. And they released an updated demo. I think they have like voice acting for it now and stuff. I don't know if this is the demo on Steam the updated one, or is it the one I've played before? Because I will gladly play it again if it's the updated one. Because they added more stuff. I will have to look into this later. Now is not the time to be trying to figure that out. Yeah. You could also just make a book club like all other streamers. What, where we all have to like play the same game and then like discuss it? I don't know. I get something about like talking about games spontaneously is like easy and fun. Except for some reason, I guess maybe it's like, because like I don't know, it's like it's not like I have a hard time talking about things that I like when it comes to like games or anything else, but I feel like if you structure it, then I immediately collapse. Like I feel like if I'm just like on stream, or if I'm like talking to friends and I'm like, yeah, I like this game because of this and this and that, and I really like this, then it's like easy. But then like I feel like if someone's like, okay, we're going to sit down and talk about game you like, then I instantly run out of things to say. I don't know what to say. Something about having a structured conversation just makes it like, or like not even a structured conversation, but just like, this is a conversation about this thing. Like, for some reason that just like makes my brain stop working, I guess. Yeah, I have a hard time talking about things that I like. Well, I mean, I guess because like complaining is easy, right? Praising is difficult. But on the other hand, I don't know. I guess there's something that sometimes feels kind of embarrassing about liking a thing, even though like we all do that. Like it's like, oh boy, I can't let the eggplants know that I enjoy things. I guess maybe, I don't know. To me, I guess there's also like, I guess a certain amount of pressure to it as well. Like, cause like, if someone's praising a game, like, have you ever been in a situation where somebody will like praise something to like high heaven, and then you give it a try and it's just like not for you, or it's just kind of mid, and then you like feel bad because you're like, yeah, I can talk about this thing, but like I don't really have anything to say about it. I guess that's the other concern with like talking about things and discussing things. I got reminded a bit of Project EGGY today. How so? How so? How so? Did you play the Vocaloid music? Did you get beamed into your phone by Hatsune Miku? Rotoyo's writing a song for Vatskrod, and it just sucks, and he can't figure it out, so he has this classical musician dad, and he says, no point reviewing it, it lacks pride. It lacks pride. In the month of June? I don't know, I guess it's like... lacking pride is such an interesting concept. I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's more of like a thing on the part of the artist than on the part of the person reviewing, right? Because like, I don't know, do I get the final say in whether or not the artist has enough pride in their work? Like, I don't think that's up to me to decide. Like, I can give my opinion on that, but like, usually I think in most situations that's not something that's like up to me. Like, I'm not the final arbiter of how passionate the artist is about their work. Yeah, you don't put everything behind something because you're not confident in it. Or you take no pride in it. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I am exhausted. Eggplants, I am so tired. Eggplants, I have transcended EP just straight into tired. I have transcended. I'm not gonna make any good, no good hands tonight. I will not make a single good hand tonight. It's not even EP. It's just tired. I'm just tired. This Sunday, I woke up because, like, I don't know. The usual week progression is like, okay, Monday you start fresh. You get more tired throughout the week. By Friday you're going, ugh. Like Friday, I will get up, I'll go to work, I'll come back from work. I was like, on Friday, I was like, yeah, I could stream. I could maybe stream tonight. I have the energy for that. And then I like got home and sat down on the couch and fell asleep. This is like the second week in a row this has happened, where I'm like, I'll be out and I'm like, yeah, I have energy. I think I'll be able to do stuff when I get home. And then I get home and I do not have the energy to do anything. I just fall asleep. I sit on the sofa and then I open my eyes and it is like an hour later. And I go, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then Saturday, I'm like, okay, Saturday I sleep in a bit, and then I have fun socializing time. And then Sunday, again, I go back to ooh, ooh, ooh. I go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Honestly, this Sunday was like especially ooh, ooh, ooh. Like I just had, it was really annoying too, because I had like no energy for like most of the day on Sunday. And then I somehow got energy within like the 2 hours before I was supposed to go to bed. Does this ever happen to you? Like you wake up the whole day, you're like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And then like, it's like, you know, you're supposed to go to bed at like 11 and then at like 9 p.m. suddenly your body is like, yeah, I'm fine actually. I'm good. We can go another while, and I'm like, no! Eggy, I'm on my 5th wind right now. But there's only 4 of them. There's only 4 of them. How's that possible? But yeah, do you guys not go ooh ooh ooh? I go ooh ooh ooh. I don't know. Today I was a little less ooh ooh ooh, but still somewhat ooh ooh ooh. I'm the one that's blowing bubbles. You know what? Speaking of winds, we might as well start jogging. We might as well start jogging. We might as well begin the jong. We will have east only. We will not have 2 winds. We don't need more than 1. 1 is plenty. 91312. I will put that up for YouTube as well. 91312. There we go. In that for you. I am tired. Tag showed me a Next Fest demo 2 or so years ago. Which tag? Am I that tired? Am I missing? I'm still wishing the game became an actual game. Oh, tag barrel storage. Okay, I got confused. I'm like, you must understand I'm tired enough that, like, if I don't understand something, I'm like, am I missing context? Was there context and I just, like, fell asleep for a millisecond and missed it? I am quite tired. I am quite tired. And I must alleviate this with Zhong. With Zhong. I don't know, I'm like tired enough. I feel like, okay, I need eggplant feedback here. Do I sound less coherent within the last few weeks? Because, like, I feel like something I've... Maybe if I, like, watch my VODs back, maybe it's not as bad as I think. But I feel like lately, I feel like I'm, like, less coherent when I talk on stream. What better thing to do than Mahjong? A famously simple and chill game. No stress whatsoever. Not really? Okay. So I guess maybe it's not as noticeable as I think. Yeah, watch a couple VODs and it's fine. Yeah, like, maybe if I watch it back, it's not as bad as I think it is. But yeah, I feel like when I talk, I'm like... The sentences are grammatically correct, but, like, I'm not sure I'm saying anything. Sometimes outrageous things are said. I mean, yeah, but that's true even when I'm not tired, right? I don't know. Maybe tired Eggy isn't as different. Tired Eggy maybe just isn't as different as I think she is. I am Slepawhack. That is my job. To slep and a whack. Oh! Nah? Okay, I'm good. Good to know. Speaking of Slepawhack, I need to make more Slepawhack stickers to take to Offkai. Because I have my plane tickets for Offkai now. I have plane tickets for airplane. The cost of it made me go ooh 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 ooh. But I have the tickets. The tickets are had. And then I have the pass for the actual convention itself. So that's taken care of. And oh, I mean, okay, Airbnb is secured, but I still need to pay somebody back for that. It was somebody else who booked it. I need to pay them back for it. So, but at the very least, that's taken care of. That's taken care of. So, like, all the arrangements are made. I just need to finish paying off the Airbnb. But yeah. It's honest whack. It's honest whack. But yeah, I want to make, I was thinking about making, like, because I still have some Slep stickers left from, like, a few years ago when I made them for, or when I got them made for MagFest. So I'm thinking of getting, like, different ones made. I want to see if I can get, like, a Slepawhack gacha going. So, like, everyone I meet can pick, they can pick a Slepawhack, a random Slepawhack, and we'll see what they get. So maybe I would have, like, common Sleps, common Goodawhack, common Badawhack, and then I would maybe get, like, one each of, like, different special occasion whacks. So, like, the New Year's whack, or the, like, New York whacks. That's your rare whack. That's the rare whacks. I'd have to figure out how to balance it, though. I need to see how many sleps I have left. I need to find out, too, where people get their, you know those, like, badge ribbons? Like, those ribbons that people attach to the badges? Like, I need to find out where people get those done, too. Because I know those have been very popular, and I kind of want to have some made. Like, I feel like they're an especially popular thing for VTubers. Like, I remember when I went to Oshi Uplink, and, like, everybody had, like, these incredibly long strings of ribbons going off their badge, because, like, everybody was giving them out. They usually just say, ooh, 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 for 10 minutes. That sounds about right. That sounds about right. I did go, ooh, ooh, ooh. 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 Yeah, PC name tag I'll say is where people get the ribbons, but you have to call to order. Call? Like with a telephone? How do you send them the picture? How do you send them the image file? Am I being foolish youth? Am I being like, wow, how did you send emails before computers? Am I being foolish? No idea. Yeah, like surely because like it's not just words, right? Like most people I've seen have like art or at least like a logo or something on theirs, right? What's going on Kai at off Kai? I don't know. I need to actually check the schedule. Usually they have concerts and stuff going. But for me, it's like, okay, I'm here to see my friends. Unfortunately for my bank account, I love my friends, but they all live in the United States of America. That's the problem we're having here. Yeah. The printing just one sticker seems wasteful? No. It's the Slepawhack gotcha. I gotta have at least a couple rare whacks. Yeah. But yeah, surely there must be another one, is it? Surely people are not calling on the telephone to get the ribbons, right? Wow. None of us. Nobody. Nobody. It's fine. I told you guys that this will not be my best playing tonight. Yeah, I don't think I would travel all the way to LA for just Offkai. I mean, I imagine isn't Anime Expo usually within a few weeks of Offkai? Or but then again, Offkai I think was a little earlier last year, so maybe not. I don't know. My trip is going to be ridiculously short because I couldn't get the Monday off, so I have to leave like halfway through the day on Sunday to go to the airport, which I am quite cross about. But somebody at work with more seniority needed the Monday off, so I have to be back by Sunday. Or I have to be back, yeah. I hear people hop to a group order, so only one person has to do it. Oh yeah, that's true, probably. But it's not that expensive, apparently. Like, compared to other things that you can get printed. Oh, I should have gone for that. Holy jet lag. It's only like a 3-hour difference. Like, honestly, I feel like maybe I have set myself up for exhaustion, but I will be exhausted with my friends, so it's okay. Because, like, my flight, I'm taking, like, a super early flight, so I can, I guess, get as much of the day as possible on Thursday. And then on Sunday, I guess I'm going back early. So yeah, I mean, Sunday I think I'm landing like a little after midnight when I come back. So it's not like it's late, but it's not like horrifically late. Yeah. Where'd you pick up quite cross? You said it like 3 times today. I don't know. I feel like I've said that a lot for a while, right? Surely somebody can go back in time. Not like time travel, but like looking at old VODs. I'm sure somebody can like find evidence of me saying quite cross in previous streams. You said it 3 times today. I don't know. Maybe today I'm just quite cross. Have you ever considered that? I don't know. It sounds more polite. It sounds more polite than saying I'm mad. You know? It's like I'm mad, but I'm like reserved about it. Employment has changed you. True, I'm more tired now. Ooh, and I'm worse at Mahjong, apparently. I am more tired and sleepy. One Han Andy. I mean, here I am with like -1 Han, so... Whoa. Oh man, it's too early in the stream. I can't be wow. I can't be yawning this early. Then everyone else is gonna yawn. And then we're all gonna be sleepy. That's terrible news. That's not good for any of us. No! I cannot be sleepy streamer. I have to be a whack. I spun the caffeine roulette, and evidently I did not land on the right space. I was like, I'm gonna have some green tea. Some very fresh green tea. With dinner. But evidently that wasn't enough. That wasn't enough! I don't know, maybe it was like... Maybe I tried too much today. Not in the sense of like I went to work and went home, but like, I don't know. Today I woke up, I had coffee, I had a Monster energy drink at work. And then I came home and I had a tea, and I thought that would carry me. I thought that would carry me throughout the rest of the evening. But evidently it is not. It is not. Let's all be sleepy together. Sleeping. Where's that one picture that I keep seeing posted every once in a while that's like... the legend of going to bed at a reasonable time. It was like a great trial of courage or something like that. Yeah, that is how it feels. I mean, then again, last night I also didn't sleep that well, so there was kind of that too. Like I said, I got a burst of energy right when I was about to go to sleep, which affected the sleep. I didn't sleep at all. Well, what time did you break your elbow? Did you break it getting into bed? I'm sorry, I don't want to keep making fun of you for this. But it is a relevant question, okay? It's a relevant question. I'd imagine if you break your elbow, it would be very difficult to sleep. You cannot disagree with me on that one. 7 p.m. yesterday and drove home from the lake. Wait, so how does one break their elbow? And I imagine that the process of that is probably not that much different from like breaking any other bone. But wait a second, I'm like, hold on. Isn't the elbow a joint? Can you break a joint? Well, I mean, obviously you can. Because no, people break their ankles all the time. I'm trying to, like, compute this in my eggy brain. If there's any doctors in the chat, when somebody breaks their elbow, is it, like, the joint itself? Or is it, do they say that because it's, like, a fracture of the bone that's, like, really close to the corner? I don't know. When I was a kid, I thought that, like, when somebody said they twisted their ankle, I didn't realize that twisting your ankle just meant, like, you know, you kind of, like, stretched it in a weird way that caused it to be injured. I thought that, like, if you twisted your ankle went, like, all the way around. Like, it just did, like, a full 360 spin, and then it's like, yeah, there's an injury from that. I thought that's what it meant to twist your ankle. But then again, maybe I was also the kind of person who thought, like, if you wanted to roll your eyes, you had to, like, also do, like, a full 360 look. Like, you gotta look all the way around. Maybe that was just me taking things too literally. But, like, I can't be the only one, right? There's gotta be somebody else here who thought that they had to, like, spin their ankle 360 degrees to twist their ankle. I was at a lake house with my friend about a 1 hour drive, and 1,000 ninjas appeared and said you were not nice and good and wouldn't let that slide. On the last punch, I broke it. Thought that hurt, and drove home with a broken elbow. Oh! I see. But you did drive home with it. I mean, I guess that's interesting. I've heard of that happening to other people, too, where it's like, you break a bone where you're like, something will happen, you're like, ow, that hurt. But then, like, you don't process until later, like, I think that might be a fracture. No, I slipped in the mud and fell in the parking lot. And yeah, I'm assuming the driving home part was true, though. See? This is the evils of the parking lot. The parking lot is evil. Never go into a parking lot. This is proof that we need to ban parking lots. Yes, my friend laughed at me and then I drove home. Ban parking lots. Ban parking lots. Yeah, howdy Mary. Hello, Sheriff Pumpkin. Good evening. I am Sleppy. Do not expect coherent conversation out of me tonight. I will start a sentence. Nah. Nah. Did the America thing, though, suffered all night because ER is the only thing open all night and that's more expensive, so I waited to immediate care open. Wait, are they two different things? Okay, congratulations, Zully. You are the most awake of us all, which is a problem because I think it's like 3 a.m. for you. Congratulations on being the most awake at the incorrect time. Thank you, Light Snack and Waver Taser. Thank you for playing. GG's, nice Gyakten. Like, Gyakten Saiban? Like the lawyer games. Wait, so is there like urgent care and immediate care? Or is that two different things? Because I feel like here in Canada, you go to the emergency, like if you break a bone, you like go to the emergency room. I guess unless it's like bad enough that you need an ambulance. It's improving your placement in all last. Sure. Yeah, it might be the same. Same as urgent care. Because like, no, wait, hold on. Again, I have for the record, I have never been, knock on wood, I have never been to the hospital, like, I don't think I've ever been to an emergency room. I've never had to go to the hospital for anything other than, like, tests or visiting people. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we differentiate between ER and urgent care here, too. Yeah, that's true, because I think, like, ER is, like, you know, you break a bone, where it's, like, it's an emergency and it needs treatment, but, like, you're not gonna, like, die if you have to wait a little bit. Whereas, I guess urgent care is, like, you are dying, this is, like, heart attack, emergency kind of, like, time is of the essence kind of thing, right? Yeah, and ER. ER is like, you're gonna die. Is it? Because I always thought, like, I'm trying to think. Because, like, I've heard of people go to the emergency room for, like, all sorts of things that are, like, bad but not fatal. Like, I've seen people go to the emergency room for, like, I guess, like, yeah, you break a bone. Urgent care is hurt. Oh, is it the other way around? I always thought it was the other way around. Because in my mind, wouldn't urgent care be like, give them care now? Whereas, like, emergency room is like, this is an emergency, but, like, it's also a room, right? I thought it was the other way around. But I'm seeing agreement in the chat, so you're probably right. ER is trauma, urgent care is more like same-day visit, less critical. Ah, okay. So, like, yeah, I've seen people go to the hospital for, like, they have, like, a really high fever, or, yeah, or, like, yeah, breaking a bone or something. ER also, it's late and urgent care is closed. Oh, that too. Because, I mean, I guess here you have walk-in clinics, I guess, yeah. But they're probably closed. Or I guess maybe if you don't have a family doctor. Again, I don't think I've ever actually, again, knocking on all wood, I've never had to go to the hospital for, like, actual medical care. I've always been able to get by with just, like, general practitioner. But also, okay, by the way, right now, I don't have a family doctor. I've been fired by my family doctor. I've been fired by my family doctor for not going often enough. I got a call last week that was from my family doctor, and they were like, "Hey, you haven't had an appointment here since like 2021. Can we like close your file? Like, do you plan to come back?" And I'm just like, on one hand, I don't have another family doctor. I have not found one yet. On the other hand, I live in a completely different city now. So, I need to use my extreme power and clout to have somebody set me up with a new, physician. You could ask them for a recommendation. I don't think she has one in the city. Also, I don't like my previous family doctor, and if I don't have to talk to her... You know what? This is actually a blessing. I don't have to talk to her ever again. I don't have to talk to her ever again. Because, yeah, I know here... I don't know what it's like, what the situation is in current Eggy City versus previous Eggy City, but, like, I know all over Eggy Province, there is actually, like, a shortage of family doctors. Because apparently, like, if you're a doctor, like, going into family medicine or, like, general practitioner kind of stuff is, like, it pays less versus other kinds of medicine. At least here. So, I know for a while, I think also, too, around the time... I think it really... Like, it was a problem before, but, like, it got worse during COVID. I think also a lot of doctors retiring, all at the same time probably also doesn't help. But, yeah, I know we had a shortage of family doctors. So, like, I did not like my family doctor, but I stayed anyway because the other choice was having no family doctor. Same in the US, that too. Yeah, like, I know it's a combination of things. Because I know Canada, from what I've heard, like, general practitioners get paid less. A lot of people, like, a lot of doctors retire. I think there's also an element of, like, Canada doesn't have, like, a way to transfer over. Like, if you got your degree in a country that Canada doesn't recognize, there's no way to like, you know, retake a test or something to get like a medical license here. So you have people who move from like other countries and like they have the license to practice medicine back in their home country, but then they can't get it in Canada. Or like if they want to get it, then they have to start their schooling like all over again. Yeah. I have my PCP, but anything other than annual visit, usually it's the walk-in clinic. Yeah, like I've been to a walk-in clinic for the past few years because, again, usually the stuff I need is like a one-time thing. It's like, oh, I have this one concern that can be very easily solved with like a single one-time prescription, and then it's done, right? Or like, I'm just getting this thing checked because I'm concerned, and then they're like, it's nothing, you're good, and I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, I haven't had any like long-term concerns or things that require like follow-up in a while, so I'm like, it hasn't been a big deal to not have a family doctor, right? Yeah, I only got a primary doctor when I had no choice. I kept going to pediatrics till I was like 25 because it's cheaper, and then they kicked me out. I mean, I'm trying to think, because, like, I don't think... I feel like... I'm trying to think if, like, my doctor as a kid was, like, an actual pediatrician. Because I feel like the doctor I went to as a kid was just, like, a normal, like, family doctor. Like, it was just, like, general practitioner. I'm trying to remember if I ever went to, like, a specific... Or, no, I think I went to a pediatrician once, but it was for something specific, and it was, like, a referral. Like, it wasn't the usual person. It was some other guy that I got referred to. So, like, that's different, I think. But, yeah, I think that's the only time I think I saw somebody whose, like, actual title was pediatrician. Yeah. My colleague from Australia already had a PhD in the field. Still had to take, like, 15 hours or so to get licensed here. Yeah. I know I've heard here a lot of people who, like, move to Canada but, like, don't have... or have medical degrees from countries that Canada doesn't recognize for that. They tend to go into, like, nursing or something because it's, like, if you're looking to get a job, like, sort of in the field, it's a lot faster. But, yeah. The pediatrician I had as a child blessed me with a vulnerable lung. What do you mean? Did they screw up? Did they do something to you? Or did they just diagnose you with that? I've always gone to family practice. Pediatricians are pretty cool, though. Yeah, again, it's been a while since I think I've... Now that I think of it, yeah, I think 2021 was the last time I actually saw my family doctor. But... yeah, it's... I am not somebody who has needed a lot of medical attention in my life, I think, for the most part. I also realize I'm stuck in bed because elbow is ow and my chest is super sunburned, so engaging my abs to stand hurts and my ankle despite not being broken hurts some definitively a captive audience. We're gonna raid into somebody and you will have no say in the matter. You're simply going to keep watching them. They didn't want to check what kind of bacteria I had, and I was on like 4 different antibiotics until they gave me the right one after like 3 to 4 weeks of pneumonia. Oh no! No! Yeah, I'm trying to think. All in all, I mean, I guess every child gets a lot of like various colds and viruses, but now that I think of it, I think there's only maybe like 2 or 3 times I was ever actually on antibiotics. Like, I think I had a sinus infection once when I was like 9. That's the only time within memory that I had to take antibiotics as a kid. Like, only? Yeah, like only once or twice. Like, maybe there was more, like, again, maybe when I was younger, because I'm not sure I ever got an ear infection. Like, again, I had plenty of colds and other such viruses. But yeah, like actual bacteria, I think there's only once in like the time that I can remember that I actually had to take antibiotics. But on the other hand, like I've met people who like I know somebody who hates the like artificial banana flavor because they had to take antibiotics so much as a kid that they like associate the flavor with antibiotics, which is weird because like I also had that same banana flavored one for like when I was 9, and like even back then I was like, banana, that's an unusual flavor for medicine. Okay. Like, yeah. I have a bad history of broken arms when I was a child. I broke my arm and they missed the break and they healed wrong, so they re-broke. They re-broke it? They can do that? I mean, I guess if that's the only solution, but ugh. I had some crazy ass cold as a kid, which made me develop a donkey cough on 3 weeks of antibiotics. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like, when did I have to take antibiotics? There was like the one time when I was like 9. I don't think I had to take antibiotics again until I was an adult. I think the next time after that I had to take them was, I think when I got my wisdom teeth out. But yeah, I was definitely, like, I was in university at that point. Yeah, when I got my wisdom teeth out, I had to take antibiotics for, like, a few days after. I guess just to, like, make sure that, like, the area didn't get infected. But yeah. Remember the banana medicine? Common children's form of penicillin. Yeah, I don't remember if it was penicillin or something else. I just remember it was an antibiotic and it tasted like banana, which I found unusual. Yeah, if it mends and it doesn't set correct, you have to break it again. Good evening, Laviren. Yeah, I have not heard of that, but also I guess most of the people I know who broke bones, had broken bones, had theirs heal, like, normally. But yeah, I guess overall I was, like, a relatively healthy child, I think. Because, yeah, I don't think I ever got... Did I ever get an ear infection? Again, knock on wood, because I know you can still get ear infections as an adult. Maybe I shouldn't be, maybe I'm, like, setting myself up for failure here. But being like, wow, I've been relatively healthy my whole life and had very few major health problems. maybe I need to, maybe I'm setting myself up for failure here. I should stop talking before I, like, wake up tomorrow with, like, death disease. Yeah, I always wanted to do some orthoteching so I could put on casts and such. I'm pretty squeamish, so probably good that didn't work out. Yeah, oh yeah, because I guess there's a specific specialization for, like, putting that stuff on, right? I guess I never thought of that, but yeah, that is somebody's job, isn't it? Is, like, specifically, like, bandaging it up so it stays properly. And also taking it off. Don't they have to, like, go through with, like, some kind of, like, buzzsaw or something to remove them? Like, I remember when I was in, like, grade 2, there was somebody in my class who broke their arm. And, like, they had a cast, and everybody was, like, signing the cast. But then I was, like, thinking, I was like, you know, they're gonna have to, like, cut this thing off, right? It doesn't cut skin, it's vibration-based. Yeah, but I'd still imagine, like, if they cut off the cast, it's, like, gonna be cutting straight through someone's signature, right? I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad. It's like if you had to, like, cut a piece of paper, like, right across somebody's signature. Like, no! Stinky cast. Yeah, that's true. They probably get pretty smelly. Well, because, like, aren't you supposed to, like, kind of, like, you're not supposed to get them wet. Aren't you supposed to, like, wrap it in plastic or something and then, like, sponge bath? Yeah, I've never had a real cast before. Broke a finger as a kid, and they just put it in a leather and metal splint. Yeah, I don't think, again, I haven't broken any bones. Maybe I broke my toe. There's, like, a non-zero chance that I broke my toe earlier this year, but it's, like, one of the smaller toes that they usually don't bother trying to treat. One of the lesser toes. Because, like, I remember I bumped my toe. Like, it was right before I went to New York. I bumped my toe really hard on something back in January. And it was, like, really, really, really bruised and sore at the time. And but, like, I don't know, it doesn't hurt to walk on it. It just feels weird sometimes. So, like, I don't know. I don't think... Because I know with broken toes, usually they don't do anything, right? Because it's like the bones are too small to try and, like, fix it properly. So now my toe just feels weird sometimes. It's probably fine. Did you get it x-rayed? No, because, again, it's one of the lesser toes. Also, I was going to New York, like, the next day. This was like December 31st of last year. I bumped my toe really, really, really hard. So yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure, but like, it was kind of swollen and extremely bruised for a while. It was just like, yeah, stubbing your toe, but like really, really, really intensely. It wasn't the big toe, it was like one of the lesser toes. Like the fourth toe or something. But yeah, like, I don't know, it doesn't hurt. And like, walking and exercising and stuff still feels weird. It feels sometimes a little bit weird when I stand on my tiptoes, though. But I don't really do that a lot, so... But yeah, other than that, I did not break bones. Probably because I didn't play a lot of sports as a kid. Like, I think everybody I knew who had broken a bone as a kid, they all played sports. And like, not all of them necessarily got their injury from playing sports, but like, I feel like there was a huge overlap between people who did sports and people who broke bones. But I was too busy sitting and reading, so I suppose that this kept me safe from most illness and injury. I had to get a phlebotomy certified. That was kind of... What is that? What does that mean? I'm sorry. This is glorfshit. I drank a whole gallon of whole milk last week. How are my bones so weak? Because we're old now! Because we're old! Oh, blood draws. Ah! See, that's another thing I've never had done. We're old now. We're old. We have to think about the bone density or something. Never had a blood draw? Nope. Nope. I don't know, maybe it's like, I feel like this is something that I've noticed between like Canada and the States, I feel like getting, like, I guess maybe unless you donate blood, I feel like getting a blood test here is not as common as it is in the States. Because, like, every American I've talked to is like, yeah, I've had blood work done. And I don't think... I guess maybe if you, like, ask for it, or if you have some kind of, like, specific concern or, like, family history of something or another, they'll do it. But I feel like if none of that applies to you, then there's just, like, yeah, I don't think I've ever had blood work done. Eggy, go to the doctor. I mean, yeah, I can go, but like, I can't just be like, hey, can I have a blood test? And they'd be like, for what? And I'd be like, because. Like, I think here you need like a specific reason for it. I mean, I guess I could always go, I could always, I guess, donate blood, but that's different, right? They're not testing it for anything. Like, it's blood donation. I have a very shareable blood type. I get a call from Red Cross like every week. I don't even know what blood type is, actually. Should I know? Is this information I should know? I'm sure it's written down somewhere. Like, I'm sure they, like, have taken it at some point in my life, but... How will you know if you have osteoporosis? Take vitamin D and get annual physicals. I'm trying to remember the last time I had a physical. It was definitely before 2021. I mean, often just CBC audio diff with metabolic panel. I don't know what those mean! I don't know what that means! No, I'm not doing that. Okay, here we go. Mine was fairly recent. You say you want a general test and they run all the possible tests to waive the need for them. I guess that's true. I don't know if it costs anything here. I'd have to check. Maybe now that I have a job, maybe the insurance covers it. It would probably give me some peace of mind to just get tested for everything ever. Like, I just give them some blood and they test it for all the diseases so that I can be like 100% sure of what I do and do not have at this current point in time. I'm surprised you don't know about blood types, especially after going to Japan. Well, like, that's the thing. They didn't take our blood there. There was, like, a medical examination that we had to go through when I started there. But they did not... Blood was not a thing that they asked for, actually. Like, they... A lot of it was, like, typical, like, you know, height, weight, like, they tested my vision, I think, when I was there. There was like a chest x-ray thing. There was a few other things. I think there was like a bunch of questionnaires. They needed my vaccination history. But no, blood was not one of them, actually. I think general tests should be covered under the provincial health program. Should? Do you say should as in like, I believe they should be, like, or do you think should as in like, they are? How do you know what your true love will be without your blood type? How will I know what my personality is supposed to be like? Yeah, mine was like 20 bucks at a private clinic for the whole process, including printing of a card. Hi, Eggy. Hello, Fanatic42. But yeah, I don't know. I am starting to be at the age, I think, where I am getting notified of like, hey, you're old now. Should, as in, I believe this is currently the case. Ah, okay. Not 100% sure. Okay, because yeah, sometimes should can mean like, in an ideal world, this would be covered, but then sometimes it should as in like, it is, but I'm not 100% sure. No, I think, yeah, I'm at the age where they're like, I'm now getting letters in the mail that's like, you're old now, here's a bunch of things you need to worry about. Century egg. I'm not that old. I'm not that old yet. But I am old enough that I'm like, oh yeah, I have to think about medicine. Had a radionuclide. See, I don't know what the... I don't know what that means. I've never had... I don't know, what tests... I'm trying to think of, like, what have I had done in my lifetime? I've never had an MRI. I've never had, I've had x-rays, but they were mostly for teeth. They're mostly, like, dental ones. Oh, I haven't seen a dentist in ages, actually. What else? What else have I had done? I've had, I think I had a test once that involved using ultrasound. So I guess, yeah, technically I've had ultrasound done. Yeah, I've had x-ray, I've had... Never had a blood test. You go see a dentist. Those are expensive, okay? They're covered by work now. I need to check how my work's insurance policy works for the current job. No. Because, yeah, I probably should see a dentist. I think the dentist office was like the other one that was calling me. They're like, hey, it's time for an appointment. And I'm like, I don't live in this city anymore. I don't know what you want me to do. They're old now. Am I running out of music? Oh. Nope, we're good. Okay. I don't know. But it's also, I think right now is also a matter of, like, time. I don't know. Can I please take a day off and they can go test me for, like, every single disease? And then I just don't have to think about it again for, like, another 5 years or something? Just run all of them. Just take everything. Just run it all through the analysis. Old. Old. Ancient. Ancient. You know what at least is nice though? I think at this job, at this current job, for better or for worse, I am one of the youngest people in the building. I am not worried about being out-younged. I am not worried about like another case of Breath of the Wild was my favorite game as a kid kind of thing. That's not gonna happen to me. I think I might be, I don't think I'm the youngest person in the building, but I'm definitely one of the youngest people in the building. And honestly, I feel like even if I'm not the youngest person in the building, I feel like they're treating me like I'm the youngest person in the building. I get bullied every day at work for being quote-unquote young. Well, it's like, I don't know. I imagine like if most of the people in your office are like within like 10 years of retirement, then yeah, I guess if you are like 30, then that makes you young. But no, I feel like I tend to get treated young even if I'm not the youngest person. I remember, I think even like my manager at my previous job at one point, I told him my age and he was like, wait, really? And I'm like, don't you have access to this information? I gave you like all my IDs. You input all that information into the computer when you hired me. Don't you know this? Why are you surprised? I don't know. I guess if you dress frilly enough, nobody knows how old you are. Although, I don't know. I would occasionally like to be taken seriously. Just that one, you know, once or twice in my life. I know I'll get there eventually. But, like, I might have to become retirement age in order for that to happen. You know? I'm old. I'm gonna have to be, like, visibly... My hair will have to be visibly gray, I think, before that happens. But I don't know. I think there is something about me, and I haven't quite figured out what, but I think there's something about me that I think makes people, like, handle me with the kid gloves, I feel, a lot of the time. Like, even in situations where I'm not actually the youngest person there. And, like, I don't know. I guess it has its upsides. But on the other hand, it's also like, no, I would like to be treated like an adult at some point. The one thing that actually worries me about being old is vision loss. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm not, it can't be that much worse than it already is, isn't it? I'm already wearing glasses. I've already been wearing glasses since I was like 18, 17 or 18. So I think I'm good. Yeah, for me it's my one good feature, not having glasses. I mean, I guess it depends on like how bad your vision gets and in what way, right? Because like I've known old people who like if they get like farsighted, then they'll have glasses for reading, but like they don't need them all the time, right? It's just when they're reading. Because yeah, like I think both my parents, well, my mom wears her glasses all the time. I don't think my dad does. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like what I'm concerned about for aging. Cause like I already wear glasses, so like that's not really the concern. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't even have the dignity to like let us die in one go. My left eye is almost perfect, my right eye is very farsighted, but it's been that way for like forever. All that and only 8 Han. I thought that would be bigger. The text was so small. I thought that was gonna do way more things. Yeah. Yeah, someone's using up all their flow. You're gonna waste it. You're gonna waste it. I don't know. I guess what concerns me with being old is not necessarily losing one specific thing. I think it's just that you become higher risk for a lot of things, right? It's like, yeah, like when you're over this age, you're like at a higher risk for this kind of cancer, or for like that kind of disease, or this kind of thing, right? Like, I guess that's more my concern, right? Is like, eventually I will hit the age where I am more likely to get this. And that doesn't mean it's going to happen, but like, it's a lot more likely. Higher risk for elbow breaks. Make sure to get tested for breaking your elbow. I mean, I guess breaking your bones is more likely for older people, right? I didn't do the test. He didn't get tested for broken elbow, and now look at where it's gotten him. This escapist anime girl stream will soothe my jangled nerves. Oh. What, Baxter Crook? Have you not gotten tested for broken elbow? I broke my foot dancing by myself in my bedroom to a slow song. Yeah, like, it's like, it can happen. Women especially have issues with osteoporosis, doubly for those who shelter inside the majority of the day. Oops. In my defense, I get paid for it. Broke of vitamin D. But yeah, I mean, we're all old together, okay? If anything, I probably panic about this stuff more than some other people might. Okay, you have like 80 points, okay? There's unequal society here. We get it. We get it. We get it. My only major injury is a deep cut on my index as a kid. Oh, actually, I do have a small scar on like my left index finger from when I was a kid. I think I accidentally cut myself with scissors. Yeah, I'm trying to think, like... Because, yeah, I don't know. I do worry about things a lot when it comes to, like... And again, maybe it's also because, like, I have not seen a doctor in several years, so I'm like, what new ailments could I have developed between, like, 2021 and now? But, I don't know, I do worry about that a lot. You get used to cutting your finger. Weirdly, it only happened once. Like, at least, like, deep, like, having it get cut deep enough to have a scar. I think it only happened once. I think at one point I also got a cut on my hand as a kid. I remember, it was like a really, really cold day and my hand was kind of frozen. And I was eating an apple. I bit into the apple and accidentally bit my finger. And then it started bleeding. And then I went to ask the teacher who was, like, supervising the playground for a Band-Aid. And he thought that was really funny. I don't know why he thought that was funny. But I don't think that left a scar. That didn't leave a scar. Was it stitches deep? I think here's the thing, it wasn't that big. I don't think I would have been able to get stitches on it because it would have been like one stitch. Like, it would have not been worth it. I think what had happened was that, like, I was, you know, maybe like 8 or 9, and I guess I was using scissors, I accidentally cut my finger, I put a band-aid over it. And then I think what had happened is that, like, I went to swimming lessons that night. So I guess maybe having it get, like, submerged in water so soon after, like, it wasn't, like, bleeding anymore at that point, but, like, I guess maybe while it was still in the process of healing, it, like, getting submerged in water like that probably did something to it, so. Your elbow break, stamina is low. Replenish your stamina. You just need, like, you just need a potion. You just need a potion. You just need the elbow potion. I don't know, what would you put in the elbow potion? Maybe macaroni. I've gotten 1 stitch twice now, but it felt pretty worth. Yeah, I've never gotten stitches. My sister has. My sister did. At one point when she was a kid. No! Okay, well, at least it wasn't Alto. 1000-point Andy, but at least it wasn't Alto. Iggy sister, my favorite streamer. She exists, I promise. But yeah, at one point, I think when we were kids, she, like, slipped while falling off the bus and hit her head. And she didn't get a concussion, but she did, like, it did kind of split open, and she did need stitches for that. But that was, like, on her, like, upper forehead, I guess. You should get her on someday. I don't know, I've always thought if I ever did, like, a subathon, that would be, like, the goal, like, one of the goals. Like, one of the higher goals. Would be, have Eggy sister on stream. I don't know, I would want to make it an occasion, though. I'd want to get her, like, you know, a proper PNG and stuff. What if I got fingers stuck in an instrument? No! I think this is before she played any instruments. I don't think she was even old enough to play, like, a recorder yet. The school had to fire the PE teacher after my finger injury because I had a doctor's note that said no PE for 3 weeks, and he just said, that's just an excuse, run, and made me run anyway. No! No. Yeah, you'd have to train her well so she doesn't name drop you. I mean, she already calls me you-egg. She's been calling me you-egg for years, so I don't think that would be that wouldn't be an issue, I think. And I also say you-egg when I'm talking to her, so I don't think that's definitely less of a concern for her. I need to start, like, tier listing my friends on, like, how likely are they to dox me. Because, like, I have other friends and I'm like, I think it would be fun to have them on stream. But also they, I feel like my IRL friends are far more likely to accidentally dox me than my sister. Where does Eggy even come from? Round and white. It was actually originally a nickname for my sister that she got from one of her friends. And then I guess that got passed on to me. Yeah. What, by, like, looking in the mirror? No, it was like a friend who started calling her that. And white and round was, like, literally the explanation the friend gave. But also, it's really fun to call somebody you-egg, so that's why we just ended up calling each other that. Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, I think... Yeah, me and my sister already address each other as you-egg, so, like, I don't think that's, like, a big issue. I think, yeah, to try to get IRL friends, I feel like that would be more difficult. VTuber friends, that's obviously not a concern. I don't think well, no, some of them do know my government name. A handful of people know my government name. The name the government calls me. I can remember some anime meme where someone throws the insult "you egg." I mean, it's a Shakespeare thing. I think it's a line in it's Macbeth, right? What, you egg? Okay, we get it, we get it. You're good at Mahjong. God smiles in your favor. Okay, we get it. Thank you for being merciful enough to actually take one of us out. Alright, congratulations to Alto for taking all of the points. Thank you to Baraclo, and rest in peace, Lavi. Thank you for playing. Congratulations on Pity second. That's true, I'm technically second. I mean, I'm not, I don't know. I don't think I'm second place. I'm just third last. I came in third last in this 4-person game. Have some water. Yeah. Because, yeah, like, I'm trying to think. I think the only people who know my government name are people who have, like, I guess maybe friends where I've, like, we've shared an Airbnb for a convention. Or maybe people who have, like, e-transferred money to. Or people I sent via PayPal but accidentally did it from the wrong account. But that's not really that many people. I just wanted out, no recovering in that scenario. Yeah, it's just like there's no coming back. There's no coming back at that point. Yeah, everybody else just calls me Eggy. To everybody else, I am Eggy. I am Eggy. In fact, I think now that I think of it, I wonder if I'm Eggy to more people than I am, like, my actual government name. Like, I wonder, I mean... I wonder if I combined everybody that I know online, like, we know each other, plus adding people who know of me, right? Like, we might not know each other, but, like, they know of me. But they know of me as Eggy, right? And then maybe if we add as well people that I've met in real life, but where I still introduce myself as Eggy. Like, you know, usually at, like, conventions and stuff. Yeah, of course, all the people that follow you on social media. Yeah, like, I wonder if there are more people on Earth who know me as Eggy than who know me as, like, my government name. Because, like, a lot of people do know me as my government name. Because, like, you know, I have friends and family, and I have been to school, and I have been to work, and I have been to appointments. But, like, I wonder if that, like, if I totaled out every person who's known my name, like, in the flesh versus online, like, I wonder how that would total out. Are there more people who know me as Eggy? Mostly because you're on Bodega's stream? I guess if we're talking pure numbers. Because, like, the other thing, too, is, like, there are also, like, people who have heard of me. How many people do you believe you know IRL? A couple thousand? That's a good question. I guess it depends on your definition of know, right? Because, like, I guess I could count, like, everybody in my elementary school, and then everybody, like... Because it's like, okay... I guess maybe if I count everybody in my elementary school, that's like a few hundred people, and then my high schools, it's like a few hundred more, right? But do they know you? That's the question. Because the other thing too is, like, also, like, just because I've been in a scenario where I would have met somebody doesn't really mean we know each other, right? Like, I went through university mostly not talking to people, so I'd be very surprised if somebody would run into me one day and be like, hey, I think you were in the, like, French grammar class in 2019. Like, I don't think I would be that recognizable, you know? And to know me by name, like, that too, like... Because, like, I don't know, I guess in elementary school I went to, like, a fairly small school, right? So, like, even between grades, it wasn't unusual to know kind of everyone's name. But, you know, in university, obviously, you're not going to know the name of every single person at your university, especially for the people who aren't in your program, right? Be perceived and to be known are different, I guess. But even, like, the other day I went to Aquafit for the first time in a while. And for Aquafit, like, they have, like, an attendance list because you have to, like, sign up ahead of time, right? Because they only have so many slots. And I remember, like, I signed in, and the guy who was signing me in was like, wow, long time no see. Where have you been? And I'm like, oh, like, I didn't, I guess on some level I knew because I was, you know, giving my name every single time I signed up for this class. That, yeah, like, they would see when I'm there and when I'm not. But I guess I never processed. I'm like, I've been perceived at the Aquafit class. They acknowledge my existence, and they acknowledge my lack of existence for the past few weeks. It's no fair that Eggy knows my government name because of $2 on PayPal. Don't worry, you're not the only one. You're not the only one. I don't know. I know several people's government names thanks to PayPal. And some of them are pretty easy to match up, but then some of them I have to like use some imagination. And even then I'm not 100% sure. And you probably stood out being a young person going to an Aquafit. That's probably true too. And probably also because I was unemployed, so some of the times I would go in the evening, but a lot of the times I would go in like the middle of the day. So probably like, yeah, a young person showing up to like a 1:30 p.m. Aquafit class is probably not... I guess I was more perceived than I thought. I don't know. I guess maybe that's something that like I've realized I like about the internet is that you're... I feel like on the internet you're only as perceived as you want to be. Like, you can lurk somewhere and not have anybody know, right? Especially in like, and maybe less so in places like, you know, like closed spaces like Discords and stuff. But like, you can, if something is public, you can just look at it. You can look at it and nobody has to know you're looking at it unless it's LinkedIn. But we don't talk about that here. Like, you can just look at something, and you don't have to be perceived, and you can people watch without actually having to be a person there too. And then when you want, then like, you know, in the times when you want to be perceived, you have like a lot of control over how you're perceived. Yeah, when the guy at the pizzeria starts recognizing you, so you have to find a new pizzeria. I don't know, I don't mind being a regular somewhere, because it just means that they kind of know what your order is gonna be. I initially phrased read like I was writing it for... Stop trying to find new ways to be creative about not writing LinkedIn. Yeah, and they go the usual boss, but you don't want the usual, but you don't want to be difficult. Yeah, you have a job, you can just drop it, you know? It's funnier this way. I need to actually update my LinkedIn, I think. I haven't added my new job in. I prefer discounted off. The usual. Maybe the usual can just be... Oh, disconnected? Or wait, no, was this part of a joke? I missed it. Ah! You know, that's what I'm saying. Ah, I prefer disconnected. Oh, instead discounted off. I thought you were just saying that your usual was just like the cheapest thing on the menu. Disconnect off. Can't believe he heard. I need you to start using, try using speech to text. I know, when my mom broke her wrist, me and my sister had her try using that. It's not accurate, I will say. Speech to text is not accurate depending on your phone. Some of them are better than others. I have seen some very silly, some very silly speech to text happen, but that's what makes it fun. My throat is sore, I have a throat infection with rains pores. Bro cannot communicate at all. Can't type, can't speak. He's just hovering there. But yeah, I think my mom just ended up, like, typing with one hand or something. It's like, it would have been easier to just narrate this out, but... yeah. My train of thought! My train of thought! It's gone! It's gone! This is my text-to-speech test. Oh, that's pretty accurate. Maybe you speak clearly? Because, like, I know that that's a thing for... yeah, that didn't go bad. I mean, to be fair, you were saying normal words. I feel like usually where it goes wrong is either if there's a lot of background noise, or if you speak with an accent that it's not trained for, or if it, I guess maybe if you're saying words that it doesn't recognize. So, like, I've seen sometimes, like, if someone's, like, saying, like, someone's name or, like, a proper noun that the phone doesn't recognize, then things will go wonky. But, yeah, maybe you just enunciate well and it understands you. Yay! Even if I'm tired and sleepy, I can still get half-decent hands. It also mute streams so I miss out on stuff. Oh yeah, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. I forgot that it does that. I forgot that it does that. Eggy, are you coming to Dokomi next year? Europe? It was already so expensive to go to California. I don't know. I'm sure if there's a way... there's a non-zero chance that someday I think I could probably do, like, a virtual appearance. Like, I wouldn't be going all the way to Germany, but, like, there is... I know of ways that it could be done. Cali is more expensive than Europe. Yeah, are we talking, though, like, before you get there or once you get there? Because, like, no matter how you slice it, I think Europe is still further away than California from where I am. Like, I don't think there's a way around that. I think it's just more expensive. Like, it's just further away. The plane will cost more. Also, I'm not sure how Canadian dollar stacks up with the euro compared to USD. At least at the moment. Because, yeah, I do look at the exchange rate to USD and go, ooh, ooh, ooh. But, like, I feel like I look at most exchange rates for the Canadian dollar at this point and go, ooh, ooh, ooh. Surely flying is at most $400 more expensive than California? Hello, Minanos Salam. Good evening. Yeah, dollar is weaker than euro. Okay. Because, like, I know... ooh! Hold that thought. Yay! Eggy will be broke after her 2-day trip to California. It's gonna be like 3 days, and I've already spent over $1,000 just getting there. Like, this is what I'm saying. It's going to be more expensive to fly to Europe no matter how you slice it, because Europe is just further away than California. Like, again, I'm going, this was like a planned expense. Like, I knew this would happen. So it's one of those things where it's like me when I buy the expensive thing and it costs a lot of money. But like, yeah, I am still kind of going, Oh, part of that is just because like it probably could have been slightly cheaper if I would have bought the plane tickets a bit earlier. But then I didn't, and now I'm paying the price for that and going, I'm quite literally paying the price for that. Like with actual money, with dollars and the like. Retirement, that's for future Eggy to worry about. Oh, at least let me like work a stable job for more than a year before I start to think about that. I should open a savings account. I keep saying I'm gonna do that once I'm employed, and now I'm employed and I haven't done it yet. Granted, it's only been like a month. I'm like... Yeah, flying to LAX from Toronto is apparently $300 cheapest result. Flying to France is $600 cheapest result. That sounds about right. Because I imagine it is probably like roughly double the distance. Can still participation in a Mahjong game? Yes, when the next one starts up. The room code hasn't changed. You'll still be... I think if you put in the room code now, I don't know what it will tell you. It might put you in like spectator mode or something, but you'll be able to participate in the next one. Eggy, that is negligible if you stay for more than a couple days. Again, this is also a matter of like... This is a hypothetical situation where my job would give me the time off. Because like... That's the thing with... Because like with time off, it's like... You're legally entitled to a certain amount of it, but... Your employer's not entitled to like give you the exact days you want, right? So... Yeah. The route to LAX has more traffic. That said, Off-Kai is in San Francisco, so I don't know if that makes things more expensive or less expensive. Like, I'm not touching LAX when I go. It says room full, if I remember correctly. Ah, okay. Actually, they don't need to give you time off in Canada, apparently. I mean, yeah, there's caveats to that. But, like, even once you have time off, like, they're not obligated to give you the time off that you want, right? Because, like, scheduling is a thing. So it's like, yeah. It's not so much like, would I be able to afford it? It's like, do I see myself being in a situation where they're going to give me, like, 2-3 weeks off at a time in the near future? And the answer is no. It barely gave me a third day. It wouldn't even give me a third day off. Is she implement a friendly queue, call it streamer queue or something? Does that, like, exist in other games? Yeah. Federal-wise in Canada, the minimum is 0. Yeah, but it's like a provincial thing, I think. Yeah. But the other thing, too, is that, like, the longer you stay, right? Like, when I went to New York, I was staying with Beba for most of the time until we went to MagFest. So, Like, staying at Beba costs $0, right? But, like, the longer you go, the more... Like, even if you want to stay long enough to make the $600 each way worth it, like, you still have to pay for hotels and such for that amount of time, right? I don't know why they didn't give Monday off, because somebody else needed it. Somebody with more seniority than me needed it, so they got priority. Wait, prices are listed per way? I don't know. I was assuming that was per way. Yeah, I'm worried about that currently. I'm sitting on almost 3 weeks of PTO and it's almost July. Will my employer give me the time off or do I lose it? Who knows? It depends, because some of them will, like, mandate it. I've had a job before where, like, I think it was the first job I had that ever had paid vacation. And I just remember, like, at one point my manager was like, hey, is there any place you've been thinking of going lately? Like, because I think the time rolled over at the end, like, the deadline to use it was like the end of May. So she was like, hey, do you have any trips you've been thinking of taking? Any errands you've been thinking of doing? I'm like, no, not really. And she's like, okay, well, I'm giving you like a week off because otherwise this like PTO is going to be going straight in the garbage if you don't do that. So she just gave me like the last week of the month off. It was like, oh yeah, you had all these days, but you didn't use them, so yeah. If it's the US got delayed by another 5 years. Again, this also depends like what you're looking at. My father bullied me. In what way? Oh, lovely. He brought me food and put some fishing stuff in it. Like, sir, I cannot hold a fishing rod right now. I don't know. There's got to be a way to, like, have some kind of device that holds it for you, right? Well, I think I used over 30 days of PTO in the last year of my last job. You guys, Bro got 30 days of PTO? I mean, I know that, like, I've heard of some places that do the thing where it's, like, unlimited vacation days, but, like, then they never approve your time off kind of thing. I've heard of that happening, too. But, like, I don't think I've yet to work anywhere that gives you more than, like 10 days a year, I think, which I think is, like, the minimum. You got 300 hours of PTO stored up? Oh, look at Mr. PTO moneybags over here. Wait, how much is 300 hours if it's like an 8-hour day? Like, that's not that many days, right? Europeans are spoiled, they get 20 days PTO by default. It means, well, I have to work 15 years at the same job to get the same. Yeah. Yeah. And I think like 20 here is actually like, in some jobs I've seen is like the maximum. So like even if you work for the company for like 20 years, like you're still getting... you can work at the company for 20 years so you can finally get the minimum amount that Europeans get. $500 at the cheapest. Currently I have 10 in cash and 200 in credit card rewards. If it's 500 round trip, I'm 2 to 3 years away. If it's 1,000 round trip, it'd be 7 to 8. Ooh. I took 0 days off in my first 4 years. Okay. I mean, that's one way to do it, I guess. Yeah, unlimited PTO averages out to like about 7 days off for you rather than the usual 10 plus last study I saw. I mean, isn't like a thing where they'll just like never approve of your paid time off? Where it's like, yeah, in theory you have unlimited, but in practice, like it's like they have to like give you permission. Although in theory, would that? I feel like that would maybe be a little more lenient for sick days, though. Do they count sick days for like unlimited PTO? Because I feel like that's like the one thing that I feel like would be like, okay, yeah, you can endure illness without having to worry about like your finances falling apart, I guess. But then again, maybe they would just like cancel, like, you know. Yeah, sick days are separate because of laws, but at my place we also had unlimited sick days. Yeah, okay, because yeah, in my mind, like, wouldn't that make more sense? Alright, congratulations. I'm assuming this is Yatagarasu. And thank you, Vols and Jamix. Thank you for play. Yes, Minasasalam. If you would like to play, I think you can enter now. It should be able to let you in. Yeah. I'm lucky where sick time is basically unlimited, more of an honor system. I mean, yeah, like that's how it should be, really. Like, unless somebody is like consistently abusing it, right? That's how it should be. GG's. Thank you, psyched. Minanus Sara. Yeah, I don't think that's much of an approval thing, but more of a psychological thing where you feel bad for taking more vacation days. Yeah. Or like kind of like I've heard of like the kind of thing where it's like the work culture of like just like you can get unlimited days, but they're gonna like heavily discourage you and shame you for it. Can I go again? Give it a few more minutes, and then if nobody joins, then you can jump in. But yeah, no, cause like, yeah, I think unlimited sick days should be. That's how it should be, I think. Both for like the health of the employee, like both of the health of the employee themselves, but also the health of everybody else. I feel like that should be unlimited. People consistently abuse it, especially in education. There's teachers that will take the entire year, say for like 2 to 3 weeks, like off. I mean, I don't know actually how it works for teachers here. I remember when I was in high school, I think, a bunch of teachers, they didn't go on strike. I think they were considering it. They ended up doing some other labor action, but one of the things that they were worried over was like, because originally sick days were something that you would be able to like build up, like you could save that up, and then like if you ever needed to, so like some people were like, okay, I will simply like build up my sick days over the course of my career, and then if I ever get like super sick, then I will be able to kind of like have that as a buffer, right? So like if somebody is like, okay, well, I will stack these up, and then if I ever get cancer and have to take like several months off, then I will still be able to do that, right? But then I think there was like a policy change they wanted to do where sick days wouldn't roll over, so people would just like lose all the sick time that they had built up. And that was one of the things that they were striking over. So I don't know if that policy actually went into effect, because like, again, that was like a whole thing, but yeah. Yeah, teachers here get the typical school vacations of the area. I don't actually know what the vacation, like not sick days, but like vacation days. I don't know what that is for teachers here. I know they have them because I definitely know of teachers who went on vacation during the school year. But I don't actually know what it is. Yeah. Teachers have a pretty good time off. They get summer break, spring break, and Christmas guaranteed. The only thing I think is that summer break isn't paid. I mean, maybe it's different in different countries, but at least here, summer break isn't paid. Like, when I worked at summer camps, a lot of the more senior counselors were teachers. Like, they were like elementary and middle school teachers during the year, but they would take on summer camp work in the summer because it's, you know, it doesn't pay as much, but like it pays something and it's within their field, so. Yeah, if you're a full-time educator, you get paid over summer break. Again, it might depend on where you are, because I'm pretty sure here they don't get paid. I think. But again, if you know you're not going to get paid in the summer, I guess financially you can like plan to account for that, right? But yeah. Yeah, it might be different by province too. Yeah, yeah. I don't know if there's also difference between like for like high school teachers versus elementary school teachers. I can't imagine that there would be, but there might be. But yeah, the proper teachers are actually. What do you mean proper teachers? Like as in like full time, like not like substitute teachers and stuff? There's 100% a difference for post-secondary educators? Oh, really? Yeah, for like, yeah, colleges and university. But that's like a whole other thing, right? Because, like, I feel like with college and university, it's like the whole structure of the year is completely different from, like, elementary and high school. Yeah, he also got mad no one showed up to the third class after he consistently called in sick for 5 months. We all got used to him never showing up. Wait, did they not have a substitute? Like, I've had a few teachers that had to go on, like, long leaves for undisclosed reasons. But, like, they at least had, like, some kind of, like, long-term substitute. Did they just have no one? Or was this, like, in college, university? Because, yeah, here, like, at least for high school, even, I'm trying to think for university, though. Because I don't think I ever had a substitute teacher for university course, now that I think of it. Yeah, I don't think we ever had a substitute teacher. Like, usually I feel like for university courses, like, if the professor is, like, sick or something else comes up one week, they just cancel the class and then figure out some other way to make it up later. I think maybe they would probably bring in a substitute if the teacher is sick for more than, like, a week or two, but... Like... And, like, I guess this is for better or for worse, because I've definitely had classes where, like, by the end of the semester, the teacher did not want to be doing this. But, yeah, I don't know if... Yeah, now that I think of it, I'm trying to think if I ever had a substitute in university. I don't think I did. Woo! Yippee! Yeah. Wouldn't they have their PhD students sub in if they employ them? Maybe for some teachers. I don't think that ever happened for me. But also keep in mind, I don't know if you went to university before or after COVID, because I think that was like another big change as well, is that if you'd have teachers teaching remotely. So I feel like if you're teaching remotely, it doesn't have as big of an effect, right? Because like, if you don't have to think about like actually getting to the school, like you can still teach. Like I definitely remember I had at least one course that was usually taught in person, except for 1 week where it was online because the teacher was sick. So, but like he was still able to teach the class, he was just doing it from home. So I feel like maybe that's like another big change, is that like the idea that like doing it online for like 1 week is like an option at all, I think is something that's new. Which probably also like affects how often people are getting substitutes. Yeah, you sometimes like grad students teaching lower courses as part of a program, but no substitution. Just go study your lecture notes. We definitely had classes like where there would be like one class in a semester that would be taught by a grad student. But again, usually those were planned ahead of time, right? Like it wasn't like, oh, something came up, the teacher couldn't be here. Have a grad student. It was usually something that was like actually like planned ahead of time, and they would tell you like the week before. But yeah, but then again, I think the other thing with university is because everybody is legally an adult, they can do things like this, right? Because like I remember that was the thing with like elementary and high school, right? Is that like there is still supervision ratios that they have to meet, right? Because these are children. So like you can't just have like a class of unsupervised teenagers, like that's not allowed. The same way that like, you know, if you are in a college classroom and the teacher doesn't show up, like, no one's gonna get in trouble for that, really. Like, you don't have to supervise college students, in theory. You can just leave them to their own devices. Like, that's allowed. Eggy! Hello, Nanora! Good evening. I have a friend that would fly to her parents' city every time she went to the dentist. I mean, my sister once had to come all the way back to Eggy's previous Eggy city, from where she was going to school because she needed to get some tests done that could only be done at her family doctor, which was the one in previous Eggy city. So, like, sometimes things like that happen. Icky, is the longest day of the week once more. True. True. The weekly national Zhong holiday. Meanwhile, Eggy gives up her family doctor because it's only one city away. Okay, but to be fair, I didn't give them up. They gave me up because I did not go to see that doctor in like 5 years. Literally, I think my last appointment was like early 2021. I had not seen that doctor in a very long time. And I you know what? I'm good with not having to see her again. Yeah, if the prof doesn't show up in 20 minutes, you can just leave. That's what you think when you send your 18-year-old son to college and he blows through all the money in months instead of years because he's impulsive and makes bad decisions. Okay, but like, having a teacher there to supervise the class is not going to stop him from doing that. That's not going to save him. But, yeah, I think... Yeah, substitutes for university weren't really a thing. High school, definitely. Elementary school, definitely. But... yeah. I don't think that if the prof doesn't show up in 20 minutes, you can just leave thing is true. At least not for high school. Because I remember, like, the teachers having to remind us that that wasn't true. But maybe it was true and they were just trying to mess with us. Like, I feel like maybe if your teacher is more than 20 minutes late for a high school class, like... It's just a meme, yeah. Like, I think if your teacher is more than 20 minutes late, at some point it's like, you know, you're gonna be losing out on learning. Like, at some point it's gonna be too long of a time. There's not gonna be enough time left to actually teach a lesson. Dude, I'm going home. If you show up for stream and the streamer doesn't turn up for 20 minutes, then you can go home. They won't count you as absent. Yeah, it's like, do we need to start taking stream attendance again? Get everybody being like, here, in the chat. Here. I mean, I guess if the teacher's not there to take attendance. The teacher's not there to take attendance. Thank you for paying your eggplant taxes. What do you mean again? Attendance never stopped. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have a streak, if you have a stream streak, that's like a perfect attendance record, right? Yeah, here's the thing about only informally. We usually caught teachers that were 15 plus minutes late, either out smoking or having lunch at the mall. Yeah, I think usually for me it happened more with morning classes, and it was usually like the teacher was stuck in traffic or something. Or like their car broke down. It was something transportation related. Teacher, I'm late. No! We're gonna have to call your parents and leave a voicemail. And they will be very angry at you when they get home. Unless you're one of those people that like gets home before their parents did. Like, I didn't really skip class in high school. At least not intentionally. But like I would have friends that would skip class. But they were all friends, because like my parents would get home before I did, right? Like my mom would get home from work before I got home from school. So I had some friends who like, they would get home from school before their parents got back from work. So basically they would skip class, then they would go and they would like go into the voicemail, delete the voicemail that the school had left that was like, your child was not present in these classes today. What time were you getting back home? Like normal time. It was more like my mom would get off, because my mom, I think at the time, was technically only working part-time. So she would get home at like 2:30 in the afternoon. Whereas like I wouldn't get out of school until like 3:15. Yeah. So, again, I never, because, I mean, and also because I was a nice and good child. But, yeah, I think the only times I skipped class were like by accident. Like, they were like, you know, I had a field trip or like a extracurricular thing that was happening at a certain time and I forgot to tell the teacher that I wasn't going to be there. Like, I think I had a rehearsal for something once and I forgot to tell the teacher, like, oh yeah, I'm going to be there. So they marked me as absent. And then my mom got a call home. Or, I think there was another time that the teacher accidentally marked me as absent. Like, she just, like, put a check mark in the wrong box. And then my... and then my mom got mad at me, and I'm like, I swear I was in class. I can ask the teacher for a note tomorrow, or she can, like, vouch for the fact that I was, in fact, there. Yeah, half the time we pass a piece of loose leaf around with our names on it. Some prof just said, you're here every class unless you tell me otherwise. Wait, for high school or for university? For university, I feel like they didn't even really take attendance. Like, some teachers would grade on it, but I feel like for the most part... And also it got easier. When classes went online, it got a lot easier to do that because they could just, like, check the Zoom. They would just check the Zoom chat, and, like, if they saw your name in there, then it's like, yeah, you're here, and then if they didn't, then you're absent. I think I've talked before about how at one point I was like, I had like an 8:30 a.m. class that was online, and I would just like wake up, I'd set an alarm, I'd wake up, I'd log into Zoom, I would like turn off my camera, turn off my mic, and I would just like fall back asleep. They probably could tell because like I wouldn't leave the class after it was done. Because I didn't know when it was done. I wouldn't leave the class when it was done. They had to, like, end the meeting, and that's how I would get out of it. They probably noticed, but, like, they couldn't prove anything. Eggy didn't get her perfect attendance award. I never did, because I would still miss, you know, I would still miss days for other reasons, you know? Like, reasons my parents were aware of, such as being sick and the like, but... Yeah. 8 a.m. classes are a mistake. They were. I don't think I had a single I mean, they weren't 8 a.m., they were like 8:30 a.m., but I don't think I had a single one that people actually enjoyed being at. I think everyone hated being at all of them, all the time. Oh god, I think I've complained about the 8:30 a.m. class I had. It was like 8:30 a.m. on a Friday in the winter semester, so like the coldest time of year and also the time of year that you're like most likely to have like traffic and weather problems. And then it was in like the coldest building on campus, in like the coldest room, and the teacher was insistent that nobody use electronics. And it was a 3-hour lecture. It's just like all the bad possible things that you can possibly put for a class that would make a class unenjoyable. They were all in that one. They were all in that one single one. No electronics means a turn off AC. Because yeah, it was like the winter, it was, yeah, I guess no electronics, and I guess that includes the heater. Also, and then the prof was the kind of person who was kind of just reading off his slides. Like, the lecture wasn't even that interesting. Ah! I did not care for that class. Yeah, I had morning classes that I will tell the youth the stereotypical uphill both ways grandpas. You can't even be like, oh, we got up to get to our 8:30 classes and we liked it. You can't even say that because we did not like it. Death by PowerPoint. Well, yeah, because it was like, I don't know, the teacher was like, oh yeah, you guys aren't gonna be totally focused unless you're off your electronics. And it's like, totally focused on what? You're not adding anything that we couldn't just get from what was already written on the slides. They weren't even slides, by the way. They weren't even slides. They were like a Microsoft Word document. There wasn't even a PowerPoint. It was a Microsoft Word document that he was reading off of. Ah. Yeah, to get the winter special of 10 p.m. class and commute plus next day 8 a.m. class combo. Ugh. Yeah, on a similar note, I always hate how when you're a night person forced to wake up early, no one has any empathy, but when a morning person is forced to stay up, God forbid you disagree when they're like, making us show up at 8 p.m. is inhumane. I don't know, I think it's, for me, it was more about, getting home. Because I remember I think I had like I had a class that ended at like 10:30 p.m. Which I guess if you live on campus isn't a big deal, but like if you have to take a bus home, then it, especially since bus service where I live would like get way less frequent after 9 p.m. I think my dad would drive me home from that class actually, because like yeah, trying to get the bus at that hour is like, it's like yeah, we want to be at home at midnight because you had the audacity to get an education. Yeah. No. Oh, thank God. My hand was going nowhere. Legit, I had to be in class at 8:30 a.m. and an hour later I had to race uphill 1 kilometer in 50 minutes. Both ways or just one? I like the idea of like, what if you were uphill both ways? Like, what if you had like a campus where like the buildings were like each on a separate hill and like part of the campus was in a valley. So if you wanted to get from one building to the other, you have to go downhill and then uphill again. So technically it was uphill both ways. That probably exists somewhere. I had a teaching assistant that would put the projector 3 feet from the screen. The text was so small you couldn't see in the front row. Ugh. Yeah, all for the modern benefit of I have the perseverance to get a degree, but that's not enough in this market. I can afford tuition. I class that ended at like 23:50. Yeah, is that allowed? Even like the 10:30 p.m. end time classes, even that was like the latest I think that was allowed. Like, I think for online classes, they were able to, like, extend it a little bit, but the difference is that for online classes, you don't have to, like, think about your commute home. So I think that's why they were allowed to go a little later than I think some of the, like, in-person ones usually were. But, yeah. I don't... It's so weird because now I'm like, you know, I'm glad I don't have to wake up for 8 a.m. classes anymore. And then I say this as somebody who has to be at work at 8 a.m. Like, my start time is 8 a.m. Like, sure, glad I don't have to go to 8 a.m. classes anymore. Now I go to 8 a.m. work. I don't know, I guess it feels different. 8 a.m. is a lot easier as a full adult. Well, I think it's also because it's consistent, right? Because, like, when you're in university, unless your program, or unless you're, like, really good at figuring out your timetable, for the most part, like, it's different every day, right? So, like, you might have, like, an 8 a.m. class one day, and then, like, a 3 p.m. class another day, and then you might have a day with nothing, and then you'll have, like, a day with, like, 2 classes, but they're both in the afternoon kind of thing. Like, it's very irregular, right? And like it's regular week by week, but like day by day it's not very regular. But I guess when you're working, it's usually your start time is regular, right? If you're working full time. So I guess that makes it a little bit easier. Oh. It's the same problem, but okay. Wait, Eggy, how did you manage to do that to your hand? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm just running with it. I think Lay's classes ends at 4:30 p.m. No sane person in the department wants to teach later. Oh, really? I feel like a lot of my classes were like afternoon, evening in university. But maybe it depends on the school. Because, like, I know for me, I think a lot of the times they would try to have a variety of time slots because, like, people, you know, have work and other obligations. Yeah. Again, I'm kind of messed up. I always find myself happiest when Vampire Max and see 2 hours of sunlight max. He hates the sun. He will not get vitamin D. Sure. There's like 8 tiles left. All the calculus classes were taught at 8:30 just because. Just because. They want to make sure you don't learn anything. Yeah, I think... Yeah, I had some semesters where I had classes only 2 days a week. Yeah, I think I had some like that too, where there was only like 2 or 3 days a week. But no, it's like one of those things where, oh god, this was like a huge problem for some reason during that first COVID semester, where everything was online. Was like, I think everyone, I don't know if teachers just assumed that because nobody was really able to go anywhere that nobody had any other obligations, but like, I don't know why, I swear I had like 3 times the amount of work that semester compared to every other semester that I did. Alright, congratulations, X-Rock. Thank you, Minanusamus. Oh my god. Minanusaramu. Minanusaramu. And thank you, Zully. Rest in peace. Not rest in peace, he's not dead. He just in 4th place. Yeah. My 5 p.m. calculus class had its exam scheduled at 7 a.m. Is that allowed? I don't think I had an exam that early. I think even our exams just mostly started at like 9 a.m. I think. It's the last game I can watch. Time to eat before work. Have good sleeping. I'll probably, you know what? I think I'll just do one more. This will be the last one, I think. Because I'm looking at the time too, and I'm like, I should probably be sleeping soon too. Thanks you for play. Thank you for playing. Thank you for being here. Right on time. Right on time. Wait, did you not play yet tonight, Nanada? I could have sworn you had played already. Yeah. Having an actual job was so much easier than school. I show up, I do things I like, I'm paid in real money, I go home. Then again, only because I had the degree school gave me. Yeah. I mean, I guess one thing I do like with work, at least with my job, I know it's not the case with every job, but like the fact that like, I go to work, I do my work, I go home, I don't have to think about work until the next time I go to work, right? Like, whereas like school, it's like, okay, you go to school, but then like once you finish your class, like you still got a bunch of other stuff to do, right? Homework for the home. They call it homework, and yes, and yet I'm filling out this worksheet on school campus. Curious. But yeah. And I slept so hard tonight. Slept like garbage last time I woke up to Monday. Dumb things at work. Yeah, I'm hoping it'll be the same for me. I didn't sleep that well last night either. As I was saying earlier, I'm like, I might sound a little incoherent today. That's why. Yeah, I don't have to think about work after work, except when you're on call. Well, I'm not on call, so... Yeah, because, like, I think that was... Because, like, I definitely remember that COVID semester, though, was like... Yeah, again, it's like, surely you're not going anywhere, so surely you have no other obligations. And surely we can just pile on a ton of schoolwork, like an absurd amount of schoolwork, because you're gonna have time to do all this, surely, and you will not feel stressed about it. Surely there are no other parts of your life that could be causing you stress at this current point in history. And it's like, I don't know, some of us have jobs. Some of us have work. Some of us have families. Despite the turbulent times, many of us do have other obligations. Yeah. When you're a software developer and have code in the back of your mind all the time. I mean, yeah, but I feel like that's different. Because, like, you're not obligated to think of code outside of work, right? It might still just be kind of there, right? But it's not an expectation for you to go home. Like, it's not like with homework, right? Like with school, where it's like you go home and, like, there's an expectation that you're gonna do the homework, right? Yeah, at least in my field, on-call comes with an extra $200 a week. It's only for real emergencies, but then others get to define what an emergency is. Okay, yeah, I mean, I know there are rules around on-call, I think, right? Like, aren't they... Because I interviewed for a job, not so long ago, that was, like, on-call. Or, like, you would eventually get regular hours, but when it starts, you would be on-call. But I think even then, they would be obligated to pay you a certain amount, like, just for being on-call, even if you didn't actually end up working that day. Like, just for the sake of, like, having your schedule free and open and stuff, right? But I don't know if that was just that one company's policy, or if that was, like, you know, overall, if that's, like, the legal requirement. According to the law. Sometimes coding solutions come to you in a dream. I mean, I have not yet had a dream about being at work, so I can at least say that. It's so weird, considering the two things I do the most, of, like, going to work and streaming. I don't really dream about doing either. Like, I've had dreams where I'm, like, seeing other streamers, or other VTubers, but it's never streaming. We're never streaming. So it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Or... I mean, I guess... One problem I am running into recently, though, is lately I feel like sometimes I keep mixing up my, my work computer password and my actual computer. Like, my actual computer. I mean, I guess this is my actual computer. My computer I have in real life outside of work. My personal computer. Like, I feel like lately, like, when I went to start stream today, I went and typed in the password for my work computer, and I'm like, wait a second. That's not gonna work. Oh. Not here. I had a dream about a German Shepherd VTuber and she graduated. Within your dream, she had her entire career happen within, like, the 8 hours that you slept. Who's your favorite dream streamer? Well, no, it's like streamers that exist in real life. It's just that they show up in my dreams sometimes. Like, they also exist when I wake up. It's just that they also happen to appear in my dream. It was a recurring series of dreams. Ah, so you, like, dreamed her debut and then dreamed, like... You dream, like, the different parts of her career all the way up until her graduation? Oh, she made it into Dream Hololive. Yeah, maybe she reincarnated into somebody else's dreams. You have different passwords for different computers. You're better than half our user base. Well, no, because they chose our passwords for us at work, I think. Or at least if they, maybe mine was supposed to be a placeholder, and then for whatever reason, it just never gave me the opportunity to change it. Either way, I have a different password for home and a different password at work. And I have to make sure I type the right password into the correct computer. Ooh, yay. Ooh, awesome. Ooh. The Cecilia immigrant dream up of made-up VTubers. I mean, I don't know. Isn't every VTuber made up if we go abstract enough about this concept? I don't know. Sometimes I think about that and I'm like, I don't know. Is NiceEggy made up? She's real, but I made her up. I knew it. Eggs aren't real. Well, sometimes I feel that way about, like... Because, like, I follow a lot of people who post, like, you may ship artwork, right? Of themselves and another character. And sometimes I think about, I'm like, is this something I would be into doing? And sometimes I think about it and I'm like, okay, maybe for a fictional character, but not for a VTuber. I think, because, like, for me, it's like, okay... If you're doing Yume shipping, right? You're shipping yourself with a character. It's always going to be, you're shipping yourself with your personal interpretation of that character, right? So it's one thing to be like, okay, this is a guy, I'm shipping myself with a guy based on, like, this character, right? It's a guy based on nobody. But, like, with VTubers, it feels like there's, like, multiple layers of abstraction there. So it's like, okay, you're, what is a VTuber? But, like, a guy based on a guy. And then if you're, like, putting your own personal spin on it, then it's like, okay, this is a guy based on a guy based on a guy, and I'm like, okay, at some point I feel like this there's just too many layers to this. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't live like that. But maybe I'm just I'm thinking too hard. Yeah. Eggy's made up just like Eggy Country, Eggy City, Eggy County, Eggy Province. Ooh! This hand is... Oh, I didn't make it up, it's real. It's on the computer, but it's real. Yahoo! Oh ho! Lovely. Alright. Yeah, Yumeception. Yeah. Typing the wrong thing. I'm so hyped for the Akagi collab. I was going to type time.is UTC -7 to know when 8 o'clock in China is. I accidentally time.is Akagi. When Akagi clock, show me. I was thinking this was going to be, I will use my NiceEggy VTuber to Yume ship myself rather than the other thing. No, that would be worse. That would be worse. That would feel worse. No. I don't think I would do that. I don't think I would do that. Because, like, I don't know, like... I guess, like, NiceEggy is me, but... Or, like, she represents me, but she isn't me, if that makes sense. Like... I mean, but then again, sometimes when I play games, even off stream, I will still, like, if they ask for, like, name your protagonist, I'll still write in Eggy. Maybe I am Eggy. Maybe I am NiceEggy after all. Schrodinger's Eggy. The egg both is and isn't real until you open up the stream. Yeah. The shadow self. The shadow egg. NiceEggy represents the part of you that doesn't cuss like a sailor. I mean, okay, here's the thing. On one hand, I'm like, okay, NiceEggy is a specific facet of myself, right? But on the other hand, we kind of do that for everything. Like, you know, when you go to work, that's also, you know, you displaying a specific facet of yourself, right? Like, I don't think VTubing is not unique in that regard, right? We're kind of doing that everywhere, all the time. Alright. Congratulations, Backed Iria. And thank you, Nanora and Alto, for playing. Rest in peace, Alto. You used up all your flow. You used up all your flow on that game earlier. You used it all up? It's gone. It's gone. Okay. That was the last one, I think, for tonight. That's the last one for tonight. I will need to sleep so I can perhaps be more coherent later this week. And next week, I think, is the EGGY collab. Yippee! Yahoo! EGGY is your projection on the VTuber space, like your shadow on the floor isn't you, but it's a transformation of you. I guess that's one way to put it, yeah. Well, I guess it's more like... I guess it's more like me with makeup on, if that makes sense. It's like me with certain aspects emphasized, right? And like all of those aspects are like still me, but there's other aspects, right, that exist in me that don't really exist in EGGY, right? So yeah, I guess it is like putting on makeup, right? Because when you put on makeup, you're usually putting on makeup to emphasize certain features, right? And like the other features, or maybe to cover other things. And like all of those features are still, like they still exist. It's just that you're not emphasizing them, right? It's time for a new Persona game. Green Persona! It's time for Green Persona. Slept well, over easy? Over easy undercovers. In bed. Veg Eepin. So just like VTubers with exaggerated breast size, that's not a personality trait, Zully. Boobs are not a personality trait. What if new Persona has Glorp? I don't know, would it have Glorp? They seem to be going for more of like a ghost theme than like a aliens theme. I guess aliens Persona would be kind of cool. But I don't know, I wouldn't bank on Glorp. I wouldn't bank on Glorp. I don't know what they're gonna have. I don't know what their silly animal guy is gonna be this time, but I don't think it's gonna... Ghost aliens? The aliens died, and now we have the ghost of the aliens. Glorp. I want to play Persona, but I refuse until I finish a mainline SFT game so I can dunk on it for not being like mainline SMT. You're allowed to just enjoy things, you know? You can just play a game and be like, wow, that was fun. What if new Persona has breast size? We need female protagonists for that. Where is she? No one's seen one since... Persona 3. Portable? Portable. No, I must maintain a sense of superiority for funny internet points. I have never liked anything in reality. I can only like things for... I can only like things to put them on my resume. We taking bets on female protag shorts? I don't know. I mean, is the blonde guy legit? Because I've been seeing, like, I know they had the trailer, and then I've been seeing a lot of art of, like, people drawing, like, this blonde guy that's apparently, like, the Persona 6 protagonist. But, like, I need a source on that because I have yet to see, like, an actual official piece of art of him. But, like, everyone keeps using the same one, so I'm assuming they all got it from somewhere. I haven't seen whatever blonde guy. Yeah, it's like a blonde guy. He looks very, very pointy. Very... Not like spiky hair. Very sharp. He has like straight bangs and stuff. I mean, I think having a blonde protagonist does kind of stand out. If that is legit. It does stand out because like... I feel like a lot of the other protagonists have all been like... More like... I guess they're going for like dark-haired default protagonist guy. But yeah, the blonde definitely stands out. It definitely stands out. Yeah, green Persona. Persona green. Ah, looks like the alleged leak. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it's legit or not. I mean, it looks good. I wouldn't mind if Mr. Persona Blonde is real, I would be completely okay with that. But P3 had the emo, P4 had gray hair, P5 had Harry Potter. I mean, I guess they all have different haircuts, and some of them have glasses, but at the end of the day, they are still all guys with dark hair, right? Blonde Sona, yeah. Bowl cut blonde guy. Yeah, I like him. I hope he's real. I hope he's real because I do like how he looks. I do like this design. Technically, P4 protagonist has bright hair. No, isn't it like gray, black, or... I also don't remember if P4 protagonist has glasses, like, by default, or if it's only, like, when in battle. I can't remember. Because, like, I know glasses are, like, the whole thing for Persona 4, because, like, that's how they transform and stuff. Yeah, glasses is a battle thing. Okay, yeah, because I remember, like, now that I think of it, are there any Persona 4... Is there anybody in Persona 4 that has glasses by default? Like, that shows up in battles? Like, is there any main... Because, like, Protag doesn't wear glasses, Chie doesn't wear glasses, Yukiko doesn't wear glasses, Kanji and Naoto don't wear glasses, Rise doesn't wear glasses. Yeah, nobody in the main party wears glasses, do they? And, like, neither does Teddy, but, like, I don't know how he would. Yeah, because, like, at Persona 5, you have, like, Futaba. Futaba wears glasses. And... I don't remember, does anybody in Persona 3? There's gotta be somebody in Persona 3 that has glasses. Oh yeah, Joker, I guess. That counts. But, like, Joker takes off his glasses. He only wears them, like, when walking around in, like, school and stuff. Like, he takes them off when you're in palaces. But then again, I guess you could say the other way around for Persona 4, so... Yeah. Yeah, are Joker and Futaba... Wait, hold on. Are Joker and Futaba, out of, like, 3, 4, and 5, are Joker and Futaba the only, like, main party members that have glasses, like, that they wear in real life for, like, vision reasons? Koromaru might need glasses. Isn't he the dog? We're not giving the dog glasses. Because, like, I know there's other characters with glasses. Like, in the school and in the other overworld areas. But, like, they're not, like, party members. Because, yeah, well, Persona 5, Joker wears glasses. An does not. Yusuke does not. Ryuji does not. Makoto does not. Haru does not. Akechi does not. Futaba does. And obviously Morgana doesn't. Eggy Yusuke can't afford glasses. Well, okay, I have to assume since he's an artist, he has, like, he would notice if his vision was suffering, so I'm assuming he doesn't need them. I don't think he would need them in the first place. I think he would notice. Because his work relies too much on it. I mean, I guess Morgana could need glasses, but, like, as a cat, I don't know if... that might be difficult. And then... yeah, nobody else does, I don't think. Yeah, Akechi doesn't. I don't know, Akechi strikes me as the kind of person that would probably wear contacts even if he did need glasses. Yeah. Even in the P5R extra semester, no Morgana glasses. True! Even as a person, Morgana doesn't wear glasses. True! True. Alright, let's see who's rateable. Let's see who's rateable. At this hour. Yeah, I wonder if P6 will have party members older than high school this time instead of being relegated to spin-offs. Oh, like if they're gonna put them in like college, university or something? Again, that, I mean, I feel like the teaser didn't give us much. I mean, I guess maybe it's... I think it's possible, well... Because, like, I'm thinking about how, like, the people who grew up playing Persona are older now, right? So I guess it wouldn't be off the table if they're trying to just stick with that same group, right? Because that's like how Persona 5, right? Persona 5, within Japan, was, like, the first game in the out of all the Persona games to be rated, like, mature, as opposed to, like, for teens, like the Japan, like, Sero equivalent. So, yeah, maybe, maybe. Like, I think it wouldn't be off the table to have them be a bit older, because if it's like, oh yeah, you know, our audience is growing up with us, kind of thing. Was the teacher not playable? No, I don't think any of the teachers have been playable. I think what I'm most curious about for Persona 6, though, is the setting, right? Because, like, we've done, like, seaside, I guess sort of waterside city for Persona 3. And then we did kind of small rural town for Persona 4. And then we did, like, big city for Persona 5. So I'm like, where's left to go? Because the trailer just kind of showed, like, a graveyard, right? And, like, they have those everywhere. Snow City? Oh, like, maybe up in the mountains? Coast, small town, metropolis. Maybe, like, some kind of, like, suburb? I don't know. Is Inaba a suburb? Maybe Inaba counts as a suburb. But yeah, I guess there are still directions. Or you could go, like, rural. But I guess that makes kind of the daily life parts a little less interesting, maybe. I think it sounds less exciting than the suburbs. Yeah. Yeah, it was all high schoolers plus mascot. Confidants are any age. Yeah. Because, yeah, like, Persona 5, I would say, like, half the confidants were not... Because, like, I'm trying to think of who... I'm like, outside of the Phantom Thieves, and, like, a few other adjacent people, like, what's his name? Mishima. I feel like for the most part, like, a lot of the confidants I remember are, like, the politician guy, the fortune teller lady, the reporter in the bar, I think the bartender from that same bar was also a confidant, the teacher, Sojiro. Yeah, there was like a lot of them. Okinawa or Hokkaido? I guess that's true, yeah. I feel like Hokkaido would be more likely than Okinawa, because I feel like maybe they've already done water stuff. But yeah, I could see Hokkaido, like something with the mountains, with the snow. Alright, who's on? Tagago is on, Amantos is on, Bakipam is on, Corpse is on. We can raid Takako. Yeah, we can raid Takako. I feel like I don't raid Takako that often. Yeah, we can raid Takako, that's fine. We shall raid Takako. We shall raid Takamura. Takako. She's playing my favorite game. She's playing Drakengard. I have not played Drakengard. But it must be good if it's your favorite game. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. What was it now? What are we doing? Slept time raid? Slept time raid? It's slept time raid. We're sleppin'. We're sleppin'. We're sleppin'. I feel like Eggy would enjoy Drakengard, not because it's good, but because it's her taste. What does this mean? What does this mean, Zully? Anyway, I will be back. I will be back. You will see me again. You will see me again, on Wednesday. What will I be doing? Yes. Probably, I'm hoping to maybe finish the model kit this week, for real this time. But yes, I will be back on Wednesday, and hopefully with more energy. I will either have to plan out my sleep or better plan out my meal times and caffeine intake, I guess. I will be back. You will see me again. Absolutely. Absolutely. But until then, I need to go to sleep. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being nice and good. I need to hop into my pajamas and go to sleep. Au revoir.